Hi everyone, my name is Bazikyan and I'm a Trusts and Estates Attorney here in Los Angeles. This month's topic, I wanted to talk about something that we've talked about in previous videos, and I wanted to revisit this topic given that you are all preparing probably to send a child to college, or you know someone who's going off to college. So I wanted to revisit this topic because I think it's so important. And basically what I want to talk to you about is the legal documents that you need to put in place for any children that are in college. So I would say 18 to about 22 or 23, and realistically 18 to about 30 years old. So this is for those individuals or parents of those individuals, and what it is that they need to have legally in place. So of course you're probably preparing to send your kid off to college for the first time, or you're sending them back for a second, third, or fourth year. And you know, most of the time what I see is parents scrambling to get everything ready for the college dorm, you know, getting furniture, making sure that the kid is physically and mentally ready to start this new adventure of their life. But a lot of times what I see is parents ignoring one very, very important to-do item on their to-do list, and that is putting together some legal documents that will allow the parent to maintain a little bit of control over that child, who of course is no longer a child under the eyes of the law. Once they turn 18, they are of legal age, so the parent has no parental control over any of their actions, right? So let's put together a scenario of David and Sally. They're sending their son off to college for the first time. He just turned 18. He got accepted into UC Berkeley. So they're sending him up north, and they're going to be away from him, right? It's the first time that he's away from them. So what we would want to do for this child is put together some very, very simple documents. They are not very expensive at all to do. I really encourage all of you to do it. Put together a power of attorney for finance, a healthcare directive, a healthcare authorization, and maybe a digital power of attorney, just to make sure that the parents have some level of control should something happen to their child. So let's say he goes off to college, and 2 months in, he goes to this wild party, and which we know doesn't happen in college, but you know, just in case he decides to go to that party. He goes to this party and somehow something happens and he gets into a car accident and he's in the hospital. And so they contact his parents. His parents are not going to be given information from down here. Basically, the distance is going to prevent the medical professionals from actually releasing information. Now, as a parent, you have a right as the next person in line, according to California's laws, to make medical decisions. But if you have these legal documents in place, it will make your life much easier because you'll be able to communicate more effectively. The doctors will be able to release information to you through that medical authorization, and you'll be able to do whatever you need to do from down here until you can actually make it up to wherever he's located and help him out physically and emotionally and possibly financially. The same goes for finances. So if that person, that child of yours, is in a car accident and physically incapacitated for a temporary amount of time, you as a financial power of attorney will be able to write checks on his behalf and pay his apartment bills, his rent, his other bills that are coming. You'll be able to manage his finances. You'll be able to get into his bank account to see what is going on and schedule automatic payments or things like that. So the entire objective of these very, very simple documents is once your child turns 18, you lose that parental right. So the entire objective is to allow you to kind of keep some of those rights going throughout their young adult life so that you can jump in and help them should something happen. Otherwise, if you don't have them in place and they've reached 18, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have to go to court and get a conservatorship over their estate if they have a lot of money in their account, for example, that you need to get control over, or over their person directly. So it's very, very important to have something in place. Again, they are not very expensive to do. It should be a vital to-do list item on your checklist of things to prepare for a child. And you should sit down with an estate planning attorney to see what your child actually feels comfortable giving you. So the client here is the actual college-age student, and they are giving a little bit of power to one parent or both parents to make certain decisions for them in different scenarios. So they'll sit down with an attorney and actually talk to them about what they feel comfortable with their parents knowing and what they feel comfortable about their parents doing for them. So for example, we might restrict the parents from being able to access the grades from that college or university. So that might be something that the kids don't feel comfortable with their parents having access to. So we might do a restriction on that. And similarly for other scenarios. So it all depends on the college-age student and what they really truly feel is a comfort level for them to still allow their parents to control. We might put a restriction in there that says, hey, mom and dad, you can step in and do things on my behalf, but you have to prove that I'm incapacitated first. Meaning, you can't just come in if I'm doing well and just go into my bank account just to see what I've spent money on or how much of a balance I have. So we might put that restriction in there that the powers actually come to life once the person is incapacitated, meaning mentally or physically they're not able to do things for themselves, and a doctor vouches for that. So if you are preparing to send your college-age student to college this fall, make sure that you visit with our office and have some documents put in place. Very simple to do. Bring your kid in, we'll sit down, we'll kind of explore the different options and see what they feel comfortable doing. And you will sleep better at nights knowing that should the unexpected happen, you'll be able to jump in and take control from a distance or near to get things done and moving along. So contact our office, we offer free consultations. We'd be happy to sit down with you and your child and discuss these details. Thank you, bye-bye.